When I got off the plane in the Dominican Republic, I thought I knew what I was getting myself into. We are going to teach in the schools, I was going to stumble along with my minimal Spanish skills, and we are going to play with kids. Simple, right? Before we left on this trip, we spoke in class almost every week about being mindful and being present. I thought a lot about these phrases, but I didn't fully see their importance until the trip. During the trip, I found myself constantly checking in. This is me. I'm in the Dominican Republic. What is my role in this situation? Why am I here? But I don't do this enough when I'm at home. Being mindful is a strategy that I've been doing my best to apply to my life since returning. I think about how I affect others and the importance of my life in the world. One of Outreach 360's principles is "This is it." I'm thankful that I was able to go on this trip, and I made the most of every moment I was given there. In the Dominican Republic, people live in the moment and are content with what they have, no matter how little that may be in terms of the American society. I did not meet one person without a smile on their face. Everyone waved to us and asked how we were doing. Their top priority is relationships between people. In America, we get caught up in trivial things and plans for the future. I want my days to consist of more meaningful activities than traipsing to class, zoning out during lectures, and procrastinating on Facebook. My time in the Dominican Republic was about putting insignificant problems to the side and being completely present. That week in the Dominican Republic, we didn't move mountains or change the world. Even if the children don't remember the silly songs that we sang or the words that we taught them, I hope that they will remember how we laughed together. At the end of the week, the connection that we made was worth more than any vocabulary word. Contrary to my expectations, the culture shock returning home was more challenging than going to the Dominican Republic. On the last day in Hibon, I wrote frantically in my journal, "I don't want to go back yet. I can't leave. I'm so scared to go home. I'm worried that I will go back and forget all of this. I have changed this week, and I don't want to go back to the person that I was." I returned and entered into a depression. I had so many realizations of the trip, but I couldn't make them fit into my life at home. I resented the American society, and I felt a disconnect from even my closest of friends. I dreaded friends asking how the trip was. I just couldn't articulate it. I couldn't deal with how I was feeling, so I isolated myself. I was upset when I returned because my life didn't look the way that I wanted it to. I wasn't putting people first because of school, and I was having problems being mindful. These past few weeks have been very difficult emotionally. I have been attempting to reprioritize my life and make sure that I am happy with the activities that I devote my time to and the people that I spend my time with. It's definitely a work in progress. I do not know exactly how this trip has had an effect on me overall. One thing that I do know is that my visit had a bigger impact on me than it did on the children there. It has changed me, but I don't yet know in what capacity or to what extent. This reflection was challenging to write. My thoughts about this trip are incredibly difficult to put into words, and I feel as if I'm not doing them justice. I have a lot going on in my head that I still don't know how to say out loud. Unfortunately, these are the thoughts that have had the biggest impact. I will continue to reflect on my trip. I don't think that I will ever be finished learning from this experience.